Hey everybody, sorry about the delay. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. My gameplay feed died. I replaced the cord, the cable, like 2 or 3 times. And then once I got that working, my camera died, and I fixed the camera. And then when I got my camera working again, my gameplay feed died again. So it's been the Dark Souls of live streams already. So, oh Lord, I guess we're finally live. I haven't even tweeted, but whatever. Let's just play. How's everybody doing? Just want to let everybody know that I am in the path of a hurricane, so it is possible we might get an outage. Probably not, but so it's a possibility. Yep. Come on. I wish I wasn't. All right. Let's see. I would like to see if what my frame rate's like. It doesn't seem too bad. I do get occasional hitches when I stream because it tries to run at 100 frames, not 60. But hopefully it's okay on your guys' end. Again, sorry for the delay. I meant to be on half an hour ago. So this game, I've only played it for a little while now, but I heard about it from ACG and SkillUp. Hasn't gotten a pretty wide, it hasn't gotten a pretty big release, but it looks pretty solid. It's like a solid, I like to call like a AA game. It's called Remnant from the Ashes. I think it's $40, I think, but it's pretty cool. It's if you had to sell it to somebody in like 20 seconds, I'd say Dark Souls with procedurally generated dungeons and looter shooter / ARPG elements. That's about as much as I can say, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm alive. Wish I wasn't. So I've not gotten very far because I wanted to kind of explore stuff on stream. Hope it looks okay on stream. But yeah, it's yeah boy. So it's got a lot of Dark Souls elements. It's got essentially Estus flasks, where you have a health pack that you can recharge whenever you go to a checkpoint. Instead of a bonfire, you have these like kind of red crystals here. But the game actually has quite a bit of shooting in it. But there's also melee, like my character right here. My character here has got I'm a hunter, so I'm kind of a long range type guy. Ooh. Oh, great. Splody guys. Yeah, ACG is awesome. I recommend if you've not followed him. It used to be Angry Centaur Gaming. And I changed it to the 3 letters. That doesn't really roll off your tongue, but he makes really good reviews. Probably my favorite reviewer. Dedicated reviewer. But I actually first heard about it from SkillUp. And he had nothing but praise for the game. Oh. But yeah, it's got some ooh. It's got some it's a little bit tough. It's not quite Dark Souls tough, but it definitely has that kind of element. Like guys hit pretty hard and you don't heal up automatically. You actually have to conserve your health units. Shooting obviously makes a lot of encounters much easier. These guys are new. I haven't fought these guys before. They're not too tough, but they'd probably take a good quarter or a third of my health if they got me. The way this game has worked so far. You see the red shots, those are I think headshots. The yellow shots are criticals if I understand correctly. Oh! Ow. I thought I had middle click. Oh god, big guy. Oh shit. He looks like a toughie. And he's blocking my shots with a sword. I'm a little bit intimidated. Roly-poly. Ow, he still nicked me. Ooh. Oh, this guy's Oof. Alright, let me, yeah, there's bleed damage, too. Ooh, this guy looks like a toughie. Where'd he go? Uh-oh. Oh, he's blocking again. Uh-oh. Let me bandage myself up, I guess. I guess that heals bleeding. Ooh. I was like kind of panicking there because I think it reset my controls. Yeah, okay, I did. That's annoying. Okay, so I had scope as thumb and alt fire as that. Okay. Ah, crap. Come on now. I think I just canceled all my stuff. Okay. No, I didn't. Okay. Alright. Alright. Well, it has an analog to the souls. Not that I've seen yet, but I could be wrong. You don't get like the soul drop mechanic that I've seen yet, but honestly I've not been playing that long. It does have the kind of uh-oh, actually, and I just realized. Wait. You know what? If it does follow the Souls formula, I might have to fight all those guys again. We'll see in a second, I guess. Yep. Oopsie. I was like, oh, I'm going to go heal up. Now I have to fight everybody again. Oh, well, it's good practice, I guess. There's probably, I know there's research and other stuff, so there's probably a lot of mechanics I have not been introduced to yet. Because I haven't been able to do the research area yet. Oh, squatty guy. So you can kind of do like a running attack, like that. And you can also do a charging attack. Whoops. Oh, I've got root rot. So that's one part of the story, is that the enemies are called the root, basically. So it looks like I've got some sort of status effect from that. Root rot, I guess. I don't know what it does. I'm wondering if that big boss was just a one-time guy, or if he's going to respond to. Oh. I hear somebody. Oh. That might be from that status effect that that might be the gas, I'm wondering. Oh. I kind of wasted a lot of ammo there. So ammo's... Oh, he's... Yeah, big guy again. So he blocking. So that's a special, like, kind of... It's kind of almost like a super. Charges up. You can actually assign these to your weapons. This one lets me see guys through walls, and it also increased my crit range, I think. But this guy's not letting up here. Yes, I'm doing a bit more criticals here. Come on, get over there. Ooh. Ah, he stings. Ooh, a headshot. Come at me. Come at me, bro. Ooh, this is scary. Oof. Get some heals after that. Oh, hey, Jason. How's it going? So yeah, that's the that's that one. Yeah, basically, I see I have a weapon here, and I have this mod, which basically assigns it that super that I built up over time. It's kind of a cool idea for a system. I'm still a noob, so I don't understand all the mechanics just yet. I know there's probably crafting, because I'm picking up a lot of different crafting-like items. Ooh, loot. Or crafting stuff. There's 3 base classes, which I think you can modify quite heavily. There's the kind of long-range guy, which I picked. There's like a medium-range guy, and then there's a short-range guy. And they have different abilities. This guy has kind of like team damage buffs. The middle-range guy has like team healing. And the short-range guy, I think, is... I forget what his ability is, actually. Probably something tanky. Oh, Splody. There's a lot of dudes. Oh, God. Uh-oh, this guy's summon. I think. Or he's just a long-range guy. Sometimes they summon. And that guy at least teleports.
Ooh, that was rough.
Oh no. Sorry to hear that you're fun employed. Going to PAX? Maybe. It was a lot of fun going to PAX, but it was a lot of money, and it's basically a big money sink. I did it for fun for years, so I knew it was going to be pretty expensive, but it depends. It's not really a net gain for my channel. I just do it kind of because I like covering games, and I thought it'd be kind of cool for you guys. But overall, I don't think it's something I'll be doing every time. But maybe. We'll see. Kind of want to go to PAX West again sometime. But we'll see how the... how things turn out, I guess. But yeah, roughly speaking, I think it cost me about... usually costs me like a couple grand to go to PAX, all things considered. So it's kind of an expense. I can't drive there. It's way too far away. Yeah, this would be a pretty good game to just kind of zone out to. You have to pay a little bit of attention to, but I kind of like it because I've played a lot of Souls-like games, and those usually require your full attention. This one is a little bit more forgiving. I'd say you probably have to be pretty much on your toes if you're playing melee, though. Because melee, you have to worry about your stamina a lot more. You see, like, every time I roll, it takes a chunk of my stamina, but I can't really see it, but down to the bottom right, there's my stamina meter. And, yeah, every time you run, every time you roll, every time you attack, it uses some stamina. So, yeah, melee and stuff you probably have to put a bit more attention into. I can't tell where their critical points are. Ooh, big guy. These guys are just like swarmers. Ow. Ooh. Oh my god. Right as I was saying, it's kind of a casualized game. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh geez. I've got a lot of guys on me. I'm so surprised I didn't die there. Alright, oh, and there's teleporters after me. Alright, I think there was another guy, but he didn't follow me this far. Ooh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have to drive and get a hotel, and then use public transportation. Or if there's no public transportation, I have to rent a car. So yeah, it's quite a. And if it's me and my fiance, if we go out there as a team or as a group, yeah. So hotels for two, flights for two. Yeah, it's quite an expense. So that's why I just kind of expect to do it for fun. Plus, if I could cover some cool games and make a video, that was neat. But in the end, it's as fun as it is kind of a net loss. So yeah, it may be. If I was like booming my channel and cover, at least breaking even, I'd probably say definitely. But it is a loss. So I mean, I used to go there just for fun. So the fact that I can do their, go there plus cover games with a press pass is great. But yeah, it is a bit of money. All right, I should probably conserve my rifle shots. Rifle does a lot more damage, but I think I have a lower ammo capacity. I'm not really crazy about the loot so far. I'm assuming you're probably going to have to be crafting mostly. Hey, Bulbasaur, how's it going, man? You back from your trip? Oh, I hear footsteps everywhere. Uh-oh. Okay, so these guys I can actually melee not too badly. Alright, so maybe I should... Ooh, another big guy. Oh, crap. Oh, how did I take this guy before? I have to basically wait for him to strike before I shoot at him. No, he just bounces stuff off his blades. Alright, big boy. Come at me. Ow. But nick me. Another headshot, maybe. Ooh, he's scary. Oh, I'm bleeding. Ooh, hopefully I can find another waypoint here. Oh, car issues? Yeah. I hear ya. Yeah, I definitely got some Fallout vibes from this too. It's kind of like a somewhat modern setting. I think it's like set in the 60s or something like that, but it's like an alternate history Earth where the root has taken over. It's just these kind of evil, kind of root themed baddies here. So it's got a little bit of post-apocalypse, a little bit of Dark Souls, a little bit of a little bit of Division in terms of gameplay, a little bit of yeah, a lot of oh no, I think that's a dungeon or a boss. Ooh, I'm bleeding. Maybe I should find. Well, we'll see what it is, I guess. Usually means boss. I'm assuming it's the next area. Oh, thank God. Checkpoint. So yeah, definitely wears its inspirations on the sleeves. It's got the whole oh, sweet. Upgrading weapons armor. Nice. Okay, so maybe I should go back to, yeah, rigs and upgrade some stuff. Yeah, it'd be cool, man. Definitely. Just hit me up sometime. I don't know enough about the game to know if it's a boss room or a save room, to be honest. So that might just be me being silly. But yeah, apparently there's a save room, which is much appreciated. I'm kind of still going off of Dark Souls logic, which is the glowing doors were bosses. So maybe it's just me kind of, you know, my assumptions of what's going on. Riggs, right? Riggs is over here. Oh, I've started so many game projects, little solo projects that yeah, there's tons of games I'd like to make. I started an idea for a God game
Hey, traveler.
once, and I realized quickly that it was quite a big undertaking to do for one person. I could have done it; it just would have taken a lot of time and dedication. Um, RPGs, of course. Probably an RPG would be my first pick, yeah. Although I do, having worked on this new video, I do have an idea for a um, sort of a runner game. If I have the time, which I probably won't, I might throw together a prototype sometime and maybe show it off. Kind of be kind of a. I have some ideas for it. Mostly, I think it's the theme that would probably make it the most interesting. But yeah, we'll see how it works. So actually, I think it's downstairs. But yeah, obviously, I'm working with the crew to make some sort of RPG. We're still in the works of that. Where's yeah?
Let's see what I've got.
So I can upgrade my armor or my weapons. Would probably be good to upgrade armor. Okay, so materials and money. That's what it is. Yeah, it'd be an alternate kind of non-nuclear apocalypse settings are kind of cool, yeah. So probably, I'm using this a lot, so I should probably upgrade that sucker. Apologies, I have ring on and the heck out of this thing. Oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't spend all my stuff because I probably will get better weapons at some point. But let's see what else I can do here. Oh yeah, I called it. Let's see. Shotgun. Ooh, that would be nice. So I have a hunting rifle, which is 60 damage. Shotgun's 130. Damn. Coach gun. I do kind of have to try out the shotgun. Yeah, let me buy that sucker.
Be safe out there.
Alright, so I will probably have to I don't have any other mods. Oh wait. Okay, yes, I'll have this guy. So yeah, I will probably have to what was I gonna say with that? I don't remember what I was gonna say. What does she do again?
What?
Oh, enjoy a hurricane party? Yeah, it's terrible.
Could be worth my time.
I never got into that. Ooh, I'd like that. Oh, I spent all my money. Damn it. With fire. Ooh, that would be really nice. Yeah, I should save it for those.
We're done here.
Yeah, no, I didn't see if Publix was are they selling hurricane cupcakes? That's terrible. Happy death cupcakes. Hey, Notorious. Yeah, we're going to be launching a Discord channel for the game pretty soon. I have to check with the guys to see when they want to do that. But yeah, we're going to be basically creating a channel where everybody can hop in and chat about the game and even give ideas and feedback. And we'll probably actually use some of that feedback for the game. So yeah, that'll be launching soon. Just check with my Twitter and my I'll probably announce on my YouTube channel pretty soon here. That'll probably be the most up to date source of information. Is probably the Discord. Oh no! Now that looks like it could be something bad. Yeah, that's a boss. Rip. Rest in pepperonis. Oh, you got me good there. Oh my god. I ran into an exploder. Okay. Well, that wasn't what I expected. Seriously, rip. Kill the boss. Alright, let me try again. Okay, so yellow door is good. Foggy door is bad. Good to know. Hurt him a little bit. Kind of like the shotgun, though. Ow. Ow. Damn, he hits hard. Alright. Those guys are not any good, are they? So I'm wondering if I should do the higher damage single shot. Try it. It's no good. So those little guys are the ones that I have to worry about, it seems. Yeah, I've heard Pathologica is a lot like an RPG. It's weird. I didn't think the original was at all like an RPG. Oh my god. That's just cruel. Oh yeah, one cool thing about this game is it's co-op. I forgot about that. That's like a big factor that is it's co-op. But yeah, I don't have any friends playing right now, so... Oh my god. So basically there's tickers everywhere. So you've got tickers and a boss. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Don't aim big for your first project. Aim pretty small. I don't think he's seen me yet. That's interesting. Where is the guy? I hear him. I don't see him yet. This is my first boss, so I guess I should expect some challenge. I don't see this guy yet. Don't really know if crouching does much here. Doesn't seem like the little tickers are summoned until I fight the main guy. I hear him. He's probably right over here. Is he above me? Probably right up. Yep. I'm guessing. At least they chain reaction. Oh, a little bit too late on the dodge. Ooh. Better watch out for the Oh god. Oh, this is hell. I heard the little shriekers right behind me too. Ooh, that was close. Hey, boy. Uh-oh, I hear him coming around the corner. Oh, boy. Whew. Yeah, a lot of deaths so far. Especially this battle. Here, where the guy's coming. Hopefully I have plenty of ammo. Ooh, Jesus. Oh, that's nice. I forgot about windows. Oh my god. I'm nowhere near killing. Oh, dead. I don't think I was anywhere near killing that guy. I wonder if I'm doing something wrong. Well, let's see what I got here. Sure. What are your tips? Maybe I should be aiming for something different, or I should be using melee. Really? Where'd he be? God, I hate those little tickers. Where is this guy? Oh, he's a regenerator. That's why he's healing up. So hopefully it doesn't regenerate past each bar of health, I'm hoping. Out. That was too low. Yeah, there is. Really good point, actually. Yeah, let me go back and maybe if maybe I can grind a little bit and get that fire mod, because that might be really good, actually. I spent all my money, so I couldn't get the fire mod, but if I go back, I should probably be able to get some more cash, I'm assuming.
Now what?
Ooh. Yeah, maybe, I don't know how long fire lasts. Maybe it's damage over time. That'd be kind of neat. It kind of reminds me a little bit, very different obviously, reminds me of the regenerating guy in Dead Space. You had to do some crazy stuff to get him. Alright, I don't know if I've leveled up or not. I have to check that out. Yeah, I didn't level up. Crap. Okay. Enemy awareness. I guess health. Are there any other? I can't do a perception. Maybe my class doesn't have that. It'd be kind of lame if it didn't have that. Hey, Lucky Fox, how's it going? They're not huge bonuses, but I might as well get the bonuses when I can. Cool. And a little scrap here. Yeah, Christmas is always the dumb stat, isn't it? Oh, God. Where the hell you come from? I didn't run into the Gatling guy before. Oof. Alright. Well, now that I know he's a thing, let me tread more carefully then. I'm assuming charisma is probably like prices and stuff mostly. Alright, so those guys are pretty weak against melee, so I might just do melee for most of them. They're pretty nice hitting them from afar, though, I must say. Alright, so is that big guy out here? Just double tap him. I have no idea where I can get those stats, honestly. I'm assuming I have to level up more.
Who's next?
Hopefully not that big Gatling gun guy. He was here. I think these are generated, although does seem very similar to what it was last time. I don't know if they're randomly generated each time. The enemy placement might be, though. Just to kind of keep you on your toes. That's one thing that got old about Dark Souls, is the fact that all the enemies were in the same place. I know why they did it, but it did get a little old when you had to grind through exactly the same enemies in the exact same place. So hopefully this keeps it up. Uh-oh. Hey, boy. It's always a little bit surprising when they come up. I think you do get, you can join as a group though, right? You can do a co-op like throughout the whole game, right? I thought that was a feature.
How's that?
Okay. Oh, you're talking about Underworld. Okay. I was like, this is not the same game. This is... I see what you're saying. Okay, you're giving somebody else tips. I'm like, those stats are not in this game. I was very confused there for a second. Unfortunately, I'm trying to read chat as much as I can, but I do have to kind of skim a little bit. I'm sure you understand. Uh-oh. Oh, big guy. Oh, big guy. Where'd he teleport to? These guys are tough. Well, they're not, well, whoa! Guy behind me. Alright, I'm really screwing up there, aren't I? Ooh. Ooh. There's a lot of guys coming at me. I'm running into enemies. It's not a good idea. Animations in this game are actually pretty slick. I like them. Ooh. Hey, big guy. I could rest at a checkpoint. Or I could try to get this guy out. Oh. Or I could run to the checkpoint. Oh my god. I forgot. I can't rest when he's after me. Oh no. That's unfortunate. I don't think I kept my souls. Not many of them. I'm wasting way too much. Alright, these guys could probably just mostly just stab them. As long as I watch my stamina, I should be fine. Yeah, some sort of Fallout-like with a base management. That'd be an awesome hybrid, I think. I guess that's what they tried to do with Fallout 4, but it was kind of tacked on, I guess. Should be using very little stamina for my attacks, I realized. Here, boys. Oh. Oh, exploding arrows. That's a bunch of BS, I gotta say. I'm infected. I don't know what that means. It's not good. It's just mess with me every once in a while. Yep. Yep, not doing great here. Should be nearing the end of this thing, I think. Ew, yeah, it just kind of stuns me every once in a while. That's no good. Definitely need to get to the next, need to get to the next waypoint so I can get rid of this infection. I'm hoping resting does it, but maybe I might have to get an item for it. Yeah, Factorio looks pretty pretty crazy once you have a big machine going. Not so great to be sick here. How was that? Cough, cough. Uh-oh. I heard a baddie. He's a big one, too. Yeah, he's a sword guy. Yeah, those guys are kind of a pain. Alright, I might just go to the next area. Yeah, it's normally Wednesdays. I would just, it's basically like I have this thing, it's gotten worse where I'm just kind of like, sometimes I'm just basically mildly allergic to everything. And so, yeah, I was, not really feeling up to it yesterday, but I'm feeling better today, so I have not been drinking. Normally I play kind of chill games where I can take a sip every once in a while. This game doesn't even have pause. If I can actually get this open, there we go. Nice. Alrighty. So what do I have? I think I have enough to buy that fire thing. So where was that? That was, here? No. Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen. If they had Deckard Cain, that'd be the best thing ever, actually. So it's under, wait, it's under here. There it is. All right.
Good to see you again.
Oh, he has upgrades. This guy has, or the
I'm not
scowl.
looking for chat. Yeah,
He's basically the worst person in the world.
fine. Let's have a look.
Got any recipes? 10 health per second. That's kind of cool, but I'd rather have damage. Okay, cool. So now,
Got work to do.
should I do my repeater pistol or should I do my hunting rifle? Okay. Fiery rifle sounds pretty neato. Let's try that.
Good to see you again. What do you need?
Oh, I don't have enough money to upgrade.
Be safe out there.
Oh well. Better or worse than Lords of the Fallen? I never played the full game. I played a demo at PAX years ago. It wasn't bad. I prefer this game though. I would say this is better. Is it the best FromSoft Souls-like? Nobody asked me that, but I would say I don't know. Neo is pretty good, but I'd say Neo is more of a true Souls-like. This is kind of a hybrid. It's tough, but it's not like that's not the whole premise of it. You know what I mean? All right, let's see if this actually does anything. Alright. I didn't see any fire. I'm actually doing less damage when I hit his little face. That's weird. Doesn't seem to do him any damage when those things explode next to him. Is he immune to fire? Ooh, that hurt. Oh, he has a regeneration bastard, isn't he? Ooh. He has like a little shield over his head, but what does that do? That's my question. Not want root rot. Ooh, this is bad. While he's regenerating, he takes, I think, crit damage, or maybe that was just a... Ooh, alright. I'm really risking it here. Ow. 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 Oh my god. He like double timed me there. Oh, that was scary. He came on the other side. Not expecting him to do that. Oh, that's right. He teleports. Ooh, that hurt a bit. Come on, guy. Oh, God. Another one came up on the side. Well, I had another idea. Let me try that. If... alright. Maybe the shotgun has a higher chance because it shoots more bullets? We'll see. Or maybe the repeater pistol will just do more, have a higher chance. I don't know. Let's try it out. I was whittling him down, but that would be an incredibly annoying battle if I had to do that much. Though that would be very Dark Soulsy, wouldn't it? Oh, really? Alright. I got 2 in the face already. Oh. Ooh, I'm bleeding. Ah, damn it. Those surprise, creepy crawler guys are what's really doing me in right here. Just him, he'd be fairly easy. But I have to constantly switch back and forth to make sure I'm still getting those guys. Maybe I do have to grind a bit, I don't know. Or do I have to build it up? I have to build it up. Yeah, it's not doing fire yet because it's not a passive. It's an active ability, that's why. Okay, I'm not crazy. Okay, it's building up pretty quick, though. Oh, Jesus. Okay. No. Okay, so I have to build up, then use it, then I get the fire. Yeah, the poetic death quotes are kind of rough. Okay, so now I know what I'm doing. So theoretically, I should be able to do it for like maybe like 10 shots or so, pretty much filled up. I'm gonna use that and light him on fire. Oh boy. Okay, almost filled. There's the fire. That's the fire. That's the fire. There we go. Ooh, nice critical there. A little bit of gas. Come on, a little bit more fire. Come on. Oh. Oh boy. Yeah, the fire did the trick. Fire hot. Okay, I like that. That fire's pretty nice. And I think it's really a really good pairing with the shotgun, because I think every single damage number with the shotgun counts as a hit, so I think it charges up pretty quickly. Nice. I'm all out of stamina now. Okay. Seemed like a blast. I get it. Like a shotgun blast. Dragon links. So they probably have like a lot of different types of crafting. I gotta say, I'm always more about the looter rather than the crafting type game, personally. You know, it's basically the same idea, but I'm sure they've got a good system figured out. Yeah, outdoor areas are kind of cool. It's a different type of enemy. It's like they're like roots and trees. It's kind of a nice, interesting take on it, I guess. Oh, thank God, a checkpoint. This looks like UE4. Just the lighting and the motion blur. I would bet it is Unreal Engine 4. So what do I have? I have a decent amount. Not a whole lot. I could probably use better gear, but I'll save a bit more before I go back. Touch the hand. Incoherent tree language. Okay. That's good to know. Lift the bar. Okay, back to these guys again. Gotta say, I don't miss the tickers. Ooh. So these guys do range damage too, don't they? Ow. I may want to switch back to my other weapon now.
It's over.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting, unique settings you could go after. I mean, I was just reading up on Shadowrun, and at the time, Shadowrun was a very unique setting. I mean, nobody really mixed fantasy and cyberpunk before, because cyberpunk was still in its infancy. But I actually watched a interview with Jordan Weissman, the creator of Shadowrun, and he said that it's an interesting evolution where, ooh, that's a lot of guys. Interesting evolution where before you just kind of come up with a unique idea and you run with it, but now it's less about. So that one I'm almost thinking I should probably go. Yeah, there we go. Is the stream down? I have some drop frames. Hopefully the stream is still up. See if the stream's down. It says it's still up. We'll find out in a second. Live went down. It says it's still up. I'll check it again to see if my menu comes up. Nope. No, it seems to be still up. Yeah, might have just been a delay. Hopefully the VOD isn't cut up. I was having some issues there. I didn't reset my internet. Out of everything, I should have reset my internet. I was just saying, I was watching a talk with Jordan Weissman, the creator of Shadowrun, and he was saying that at the time, like 87, 89, or whatever, when he created Shadowrun, it was a very unique idea, mixing cyberpunk with fantasy. You know, Tolkien with like, you know, augmentation and cyborgs and stuff, and the Matrix and whatnot. At the time, you'd come up with really unique settings, and that was enough. But now, because almost every setting has been tried, it's all about the execution rather than the uniqueness of the setting. So, like, you can find a game with a story with some sort of setting that's probably been done before, because there's been so many games and books and movies. But yeah, it's more about the execution nowadays. Okay, so this guy, he's a toughie. Let's see if I can pick off him, maybe. Oh, that was embarrassing. Oh god, he's fast. Okay. Gotta hit these guys. Ooh, he's toughy.
How's that? You bastard.
Yeah, setting's interesting because there can be such an interesting setting that it can kind of carry an otherwise mundane game. But then again, there can be such an amazing game that can carry an otherwise fairly tried and true setting. So both are not exclusive. You know, a game isn't exclusively good because it has an interesting setting. Like, you know, I'd argue that the Elder Scrolls setting is you know fairly familiar. You know, it's got some good lore for sure, but it's not terribly unique. I'll put it that way. But the games are really good, so that's what people love about them. People love the lore through the games, but honestly, the lore isn't incredibly unique. So it's an interesting mix, you know, where a good game is not exclusively a great setting or a great game. It can be one or the other. I played games with amazing settings and kind of lackluster gameplay, and vice versa. Yeah, those hunting rifle headshots are pretty insane. I should probably stick to those. Yeah, that's exactly what this reminds me of. This reminds me of like a smoother execution of Hellgate. It's not as deep in some ways, but it's a really solid reinterpretation of that kind of game. It does have random dungeons too, so I'm digging it personally. I'm really liking it. I think I have it in the description actually, mentioning Hellgate. Can I burst through these? Yeah, I can. Oh, they have health. Would you look at that? Any more guys here? I don't see them. Unless I could do this actually. There he is. I completely forget about my supers, or whatever they call them. I don't see anybody else. That's kind of... Yeah, I've been wanting to check out Spider's latest game when it comes out, Greedfall. I kind of like Spider's games. They're very janky, but what I played of Technomancer I actually really enjoyed. What would be great is if Spider's made a game and then handed it over to an American studio that can QA it and translate it properly and voice over it properly. That would be like great. I think if they did that, like you couldn't tell that it was a Spider's game. They just have a little bit. They get like 90% there, and they just don't quite nail it with the writing or the voice acting or the beta testing, basically. But hopefully they've learned from that with the Greedfall. Because, yeah, it's been frustrating because the last few games are like almost really good, but just kind of missed the mark just a little bit. Oh, that's where I came from? Alright, guess I'm going there now. Physics in games, like cloth physics, are pretty much built into engines at this point. It's not too hard to put cloth physics in games nowadays. Getting them to look good is a little bit tricky, but they did a pretty good job here. A little janky here and there, never hurt nobody. Now I may be going back to where I came from. I'm not entirely sure. This looks like where I just came from. That's odd. this place I went to before? Yeah, it is. Okay, so maybe I should go back up there. Yeah, clipping is always a really tough thing to do, especially if you have custom clothing. But yeah, overall, I'm looking at it, look pretty realistic. Even the boots catch on it a little bit. Okay, so there's that. Oh. Somebody's angry with me. Oh, that was not their button I should have pressed.
That's all you got.
I like how the music changes when you get a boss on you. Hey, big boy. Forgot how rapid fire my pistol is.
It's over.
All right. So if I can see my map, so where am I? I'm over here. If I go over down here, it'll probably be something interesting. I'm guessing. I've already been in these areas. I just got turned around. That's all. Ooh. Travel point? I don't remember what travel points are. Got some fire on you, boy. Whew. I'm using a lot of ammo, but... Yeah, it does seem like Blizzard's kind of in a rut now. A lot of their writers have gone. That's the problem. And what some people thought their best writing was were actually other studios that they acquired or whatever. I mean, like, Diablo had some amazing writing, but that was all Blizzard North, which weren't strictly speaking Blizzard. So I think most of the original WoW crew are gone too. Yeah, this is reminding me a lot of Hellgate London, actually. In a good way, though. I think the combat feels a little bit more impactful, and environment's a little bit less repetitive. I'm getting lost, though. Because if I go out the front door, like this, and take a right, then a left. Yeah, I think that any setting needs a little bit of a twist now, just because everything's so familiar. Like, you could do something just as in-depth and just as fleshed out as you could even do, like, you know, Fellowship of the Ring or something on that level of quality, and people would think it's boring because everything's been done. There's that level of fatigue that people didn't used to have to deal with before. It's kind of sad when you think about it, because, you know, it's not fair that you have to deal with that, but it's a reality. Oh, I see. I went through the door and just went back to where I started. That's why I'm going through the same areas. Okay. I'm just a dum-dum. Ooh, he's a big guy. Headshots, though. Can't wait till I get a scope.
Who's next?
Even without a scope, I can hit these guys pretty head on. Where are you going, sucker? Uh-oh. It's weird I can't hit their little face. Such an odd thing to have a shield on. That really burnt through my ammo. I'll switch to my long gun for now. I bought EYE Cybermancy or Cybermancy, whatever you want to call it, back in like 2012, I think. I need to give it another shot. That game is obtuse. It probably doesn't help that it was badly translated, but the game has a lot of great ideas. But yeah, it's definitely in the janky game list. I don't know who made this game, but they seem to have pretty good voice acting and translation for the most part. So I don't get that it could easily be a foreign company. There's plenty of foreign companies that get good voice acting, good localization for the U.S. and stuff, but ooh, chest. Always get that loot. Oh. Who's down here? Here's somebody groaning. I don't see him though. If I can do this. Yeah, that's what they are. Headshot. Triple kill. Oh, here's somebody else. Who is it? Must not be nearby since I don't see him with my special vision. Oh, they're up there. I can't reach him from here though. Maybe. Oh, just over the edge. Come on, guys, you can do it. Oh, he's crawling down. Yeah, that's all I know about a browse off is that it's money. Just somehow became a meme. It's been pretty great memes for Divine Cybermancy though. Memes of breaking all your legs and browse off. Browse off or whatever it's called. I think I still have some Cybermancy, Divine Cybermancy emojis in my Discord. Ooh, those headshots are sweet.
It's over.
Strange coin. Oh, it's a quarter. Pretty sure there'd be a lot of quarters in any apocalypse. Come on. I hear them groaning, but I don't know where they are. I like games that announce enemies through sound. I think it's a nice mechanic because you can always you can kind of predict what you're running into. It's one of the things I actually like about Daggerfall, weirdly enough, is the groans and the howls and the barks that enemies have. It's a small thing, but it's kind of nice. Alright, where's the map? So I'm going the right way, just a little bit twisty and turny here. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Humanity killed the gods and the land was made out of gods, basically. There are tons of cool ideas you could do with lore. It's all about the execution. Like, honestly, there's almost no bad ideas, almost. Like, I would almost argue that no idea is completely unsalvageable. Famous writer, what's his name? That's a joke. The guy who did, the dirty Harry Potter stuff. God, what's his name? Wizard guy. Dresden Files guy. Jim Butcher. He's done a few series, but one time I think he did a challenge. Or, yeah, he did some sort of challenge and to come up with the craziest idea for a story. I'm back at square one, aren't I? Oh, this is different, isn't it? Let's try it out. He did a challenge where it's like take the craziest things imaginable that would make a terrible story, and then I'll mix them and make a great story out of it. And my fiance reads his books a lot, so she was really interested. And basically, what ended up happening, somebody picked the Lost Roman Legion and Pokemon. So you could imagine the Pokemon and Lost Roman Legion would be a pretty silly idea. But he made it work. He did a whole series, Codex Alera, I think it was called. And, like, silly, dumb idea that most people would laugh out of, laugh out of their office. But it's all about the execution. He executed it very well. So, obviously it wasn't literally Pokemon, but, the same idea. Oh no, tickers are back. Take your tickers and go away. Caligula, use Burning City. Exactly. Caligula, use Consume Child. It's super effective. Nero, I think, is the burning city. Caligula is the one who ate his own fetus and did all sorts of other horrible stuff. Both pretty bad. Ooh, that's a big guy. He looks like a meanie. Okay, so his tiny little eyes are weak spots. Hey, Joe, welcome to the stream. Which another guy? Oh, he's a little guy. I thought he was a big one. Yeah, Killigo is a crazy person. Burn a nation! I do like the fire pistol. That is kind of nice. 40% fire rate too. Ooh. That's bad. Ooh. That was exciting.
Ooh, that was rough.
It's interesting that artists are considered low by Roman standards. Romans were very about functionality, so I guess an artist would not necessarily be very practical. Although weirdly enough, they do have a lot of art in their buildings and stuff like that. But it was I think their strength that they're most known by. Mostly stole their art from the Greeks, but no matter. Oops, I did not mean to press that, but okay. Yeah, cultures are weird. Doesn't make any sense that they'd hate artists, but, you know, cultures. Oh! 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 What are you doing down here? Damn. I did not expect some random cultist to come attack me. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, probably, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Greek mythology, so I may be a little bit fuzzy on the history. I mean, I know some basic stuff like Romulus and Remus and things like that, but yeah, bits and pieces here and there, you know, Caligula, you know, Julius Caesar, Cleopatra, the basic stuff, Claudius, Tiberius, but I was most interested in Greek mythology. Greek mythology is where I used to be able to name you. I'd probably be able to describe 3 variations of every single major Greek mythological figure. Like, as a lot of Greek mythology kind of contradicts itself. Like, different versions of the story had different outcomes. I could probably name you like 3 different versions of each story at one point. Probably when I was like 15. Now I've lost a bit of it, but I have a working knowledge of Greek mythology, which isn't history per se, but Dionysus. That's, I mean that's the one. I think. God damn it! I get them all mixed up now. That's the Bacchus, basically, right? The goat man. If I remember right, he's like the god of basically parting, I forgot what they call it, but like basically orgies and feasts and wine. I think, if I remember correctly, he was the goat guy. But I might be getting that out completely wrong. Like I said, when I was a teenager, I knew all that stuff, but now I'm like pretty rusty. Ooh, is this where I'm going, or is this where I came from? That's where I came from. Osiris was associated with parting? That's weird. I still know most of the Greek stories, like Perseus, Theseus, Jason, the Argonauts. What was the guy who went down into Hades? I forget his name. I keep on forgetting his name. Orpheus. Unfortunately, the guy who answered the Sphinx's riddle and killed his father. They named a syndrome after him. Alright, let's do this. Not so bad when they don't spawn enemies. Oedipus, there you go. Like I said, I've gotten rusty. The Oedipus thing is kind of messed up, though. They named it after him, but the real story was that he was separated from his family. His father was a king, his mother was a queen, and shortly after birth, he was completely separated. He basically, for all I knew, he was an orphan. And it wasn't until he was a grown man and he saw, I think, a chariot or something like that with his father cross him, and the guy, his father, him not knowing it was his father, was very rude to him, so he challenged him and I essentially killed him, not knowing who he was. And I believe that was the same story where he answered the Sphinx's question to get into the city, and when he got into the city, he realized that he had killed the king, and so he basically took the crown and married the queen, who he didn't know, but it was actually his mother. So it wasn't any sort of attraction. It was just that he happened to like, oh, the queen, cool. And back then, you know, like, age difference wasn't that big of a thing back then, I guess. Marrying was more like for power. So, yeah. So the name Oedipus after that is like, it technically makes sense, but not really. Real Greco-Roman hour sound. Smash that like button. Hey, Gemma Matt, welcome to the stream. So is this the end of the thing? I guess. Good way to do a toll, but it's been gone for years. I mean, I already checked everything. I don't want to save again because then all the enemies will reset. Yeah, I mean, literally, he had no idea that he was related. I honestly don't even remember if he finds out, to be honest. Because I think his name is different. I mean, like, if you were orphaned or whatever, would you expect the king to be your father? No, you wouldn't. He had no reason to believe that. Yeah, I co-stream on Twitch and YouTube, so I see both the comments from Twitch and YouTube. Game of Matt. So yeah, your chats will appear on the side in the actual stream under the a different icon or whatever. Oh, is that what he did? Is he killed himself? I don't remember. There's different versions too. Like, I used to remember wildly different versions. Like, Hercules, I think, was one of the worst offenders, where Every version of Hercules is so different that there's like no canon about Hercules really. Oh, you know what? It's probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably the most important part of the story. I used to remember the Sphinx's riddle too, but honestly, I've gotten really rusty. Oh man, talk about games that you wish were good. Rise of the Argonauts. That game was almost great at times, almost, but damn, was it? Did it frustrate you? I still played through most of it. I forgot what was happening. I think I was caught up with something else, or it was a big release or something. But I mean, I guess this is done. I guess I'm just treading old ground here. Oh well. I liked it a lot. It had some really great ideas. It had a really good soundtrack, and it had a sort of like a Mass Effect morality system, but was actually more interesting than that because it had alignments based on like three major gods. So I think if I recall, it had Athena. What was it? Athena, like maybe Poseidon, and something else. I might be getting those wrong. I think Athena was one of them. But yeah, I like the idea that your choices were kind of aligned to the gods and that would actually affect your character. Yeah, I don't really follow much of the Roman interpretations. The Greek mythology is basically fan fiction. So I just kind of tried to learn different versions. There was like, I had one old book from like the 60s, I think, that not that that was any more accurate, but I consider that closer to like the facts because a lot of the they tried to appeal toward kids with the mythology, but that stuff was really watered down. It included a lot of really honestly pretty like stupid revisions to the Greek mythology because Greek mythology is really dark, and almost every single one was a tragedy, where like one or more people died. Let's see. I keep on getting mixed up. It's over here, right? No? Other side. So yeah, they try to clean up the Greek mythology, so it gets really watered down over centuries. Like, you think that like the Bible changes a lot. Bible's only been around for 2,000 years. Greek mythology's been like 3 or 4 or whatever it was. So
Good to see you again.
you can imagine there's been a lot of changes. You really have no idea what was actually the original story. Should I upgrade or should I buy? Let's see what she sells.
Keep moving. What?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the non-watered down versions a lot. Ooh, melee damage. Oh, that's pretty cool. I can craft that. Nice. I might as well.
We're done here?
Oh, is that a No, I can't put my or braid of thorns. Reduce the sway and recoil. What's the mantle of thorns then? It was just literally a gun mod, isn't it? Yeah. Oh well. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Greek mythology is pretty brutal. Zeus was basically copulating with anything that had a heartbeat, and I'm not even saying that comically. And Hera was a monster. Hera hated Zeus almost as much as she hated. How did I get hurt? Hera hated Zeus almost as much as any other children that Zeus had outside of their marriage. So Hera would brutally like murder and cause insanity and do all sorts of horrible stuff. Hera was totally, she was like a villain, really. One of the worst things she did, she drove in one of the versions, she drove Hercules insane, and so he killed his wife and children. Like, really bad stuff. Hera was not a nice person. Oh, I can buy. Oh, yeah, there we go. So what's my current armor? Hunter's Shroud. Oh, it's a set. That's why it gets more. If I get a different type, it'll not be a set anymore. Oh yeah, the Hercules and Xena. I never really watched it. I know some of the memes, and I've seen bits and pieces, but I don't think I've actually watched a whole episode from start to finish. One of those things. Too bad I can't put mods into that. That'd be kind of neat, wouldn't it? Shotgun. I do end up using my rifle quite a bit. Honestly, my pistol is pretty awesome. I just don't know if it's worthwhile just putting tons and tons of money into that stuff. I should probably just upgrade all my equipment by one, though, just to add that extra bonus. But that's actually a pretty hefty amount of armor that I got. Rifle or pistol? I tend to use my pistol more, I think, so let me do the pistol.
Take care, my friend.
Take care, my friend. They're pretty cheesy. Most 90s shows are pretty cheesy. Especially the special effects. Like, when you saw them through television, which had all the distortion and stuff like that, and fuzziness through a CRT TV, it wasn't so bad. But when you take those and put them in a Blu-ray, not great. A lot of the effects and stuff were also done for a TV dimensions and resolution too. That's unfortunately one problem. If you ever go back to watch, oh, nah, you go up there. If you ever go back to watch, like, say, Cowboy Bebop, unfortunately, all of the animation looks great, but the CG was specifically rendered at, like, SD resolution. This does not look very good anymore. Like, the actual effects are fine, but they just rendered at a really low resolution. It really stands out. Hopefully they revisit those. I believe the Blu-ray still had that issue. Just that had to go back and find the original animation files, or even worse, recreate them. Like, it's all a pretty tall order. What they did with the like Star Trek series, though, that was a work of art, though. Like, what they did with that, where they actually redid all the special effects. Like, you can call it kind of George Lucasing it, but I think they did a great job. I think they did it tastefully enough so that it doesn't stand out. The problem with George Lucas is he actually made the effects look worse. Yeah, sometimes I think watching something from a different time, you have to kind of put it in context, because otherwise you're going to be comparing it to newer things, and it's not fair, because not only did they work against different budgets, different systems, different levels of technology, but they also, things done later always have a tremendous advantage because they have learned from everything before it. So that's what I do when I try to play games. Like, I try to play them within the context of when they were made. That makes me enjoy it better, I think. Yeah, they're still trying. Not so much with anime. Well, with the Netflix anime, they're really trying to push the CG cel shaded stuff. And honestly, I do not like it. It does not flow well. It doesn't have any motion to it. It's too stiff and choppy. Whereas animation, you can actually have like a really nice flow to it when there's a lot of action. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the CG cel shaded animes. I don't mind the digital stuff, but I do mind the CG stuff. Yeah, I agree. It isn't that great. I really, really wanted to enjoy, technically not an anime, but I really wanted to enjoy Dragon Prince, but they really, oh boy, they really miscalculated with that one. I think they went for too young an audience, first of all. Then they went CG, and occasionally it looks okay. Occasionally I'm like, oh, that's actually a nice shot. And they do like hand painted backgrounds quite often, but other times I'm just completely kicked out of it, knocked out of it, because it just looks so weird. Castlevania looks great. I have no problems with like Castlevania looks. Maybe digital, but I think it looks fine. There's a certain nostalgia factor to do real ink, and I would appreciate. Yeah, I do appreciate it, but I'm fine with digital ink for the most part. I'd much rather have everything look like, level of Castlevania than go the CG route. Digital ink or no. Really? Because I couldn't get through season 2. I stopped at like episode 2 or 3. It was so bad. Like Avatar had its silliness, then it would do the silly thing. You'd get it a giggle, and then it would drop it and get back to serious. Like it was pretty had a really good pace to it. Like some of the stuff they did in Dragon Prince was just like Dora level pandering to children. It was very weird. And I know that Avatar was made for kids, but I think they realized partway through that there was a much older audience that really enjoyed it because it was really well written. I mean, if you say it gets a lot better, I can try it again, but I was just at a point where I'm like, I'm not enjoying this. Yeah, it's really annoying because, like, if you were to, which is sad because Aaron Ehas is the creator of Dragon Prince, and he was the head head writer for the Avatar: The Last Airbender, and yet the other guys, I forget their names, were like the creators of Avatar, right? I would love something that looked like Korra, but felt like Dragon Prince. But with like a little, like Korra went a little bit, well, a lot of it in a certain direction I do not appreciate, but it looked great. Korra looks amazing. Dragon Prince has the heart of the original show at times, but it just, there's something missing. So I don't know if it's just Aaron Ehas kind of holding himself back to kind of appeal to kiddies or what. But yeah, there was just something about that it did not jive with me. I got through season 1. I mean, one of the big problems is the seasons are ridiculously short. Like season 1 was like what, 8 episodes, 6 episodes, or something like that. Yeah, I hope that they figure it out. But yeah, I just, a couple of the scenes, I was just, am I watching Dora the Explorer? Like the one that stuck out to me the most was the little kid. I forgot his name. Again, games character's not as memorable, names are not as memorable, but the little kid was like trying to teach the dragon how to fly, and was like throwing the dragon. Sorry, spoilers, his dragon. And then he tossed the dragon in the bush, and he's like, oh my god, I killed the dragon prince. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You tossed him into a bush. What are you doing? What's happening? I guess I'm supposed to go there. So that's what, back here? Somewhere? But I certainly hope it gets better, because core is not going to get any better. I have very little faith in the this is back where I started, isn't it? Oh, there's another area up there. I've already been here. I'll check it. Very little faith in the live action adaptation of Avatar, and I mean, what are you going to do with that? Is it going to be any better than the original? Probably not. Probably going to be cringy and bad. Yeah, spoilers, Dragon Prince involves dragon. But yeah, I hope it does better. No, I've already been here. Yeah. It totally depends. I usually do at least 2 hours. Sometimes I do 3 to 4. I think my longest was my Deus Ex stream, which was like 5 hours. But let's see, we're 10:30. I'll probably at least be doing another hour, I'm thinking, if things keep up. So I'll probably have to go down the south. I'm curious if this is pre-built and static, or if this is randomly generated. I'm guessing it's probably pre-built. Hellgate had proc gen everything. It was pretty cool. Everything outside of the cities, I should say. Outside of the hubs. Yeah, I really think that there's certain things that are actually, unfortunately, cultural things that are messing up writing in entertainment. And I think that it's really unfortunate because, like, you could just say that all the good writers are gone, but I don't think so. I think there's just something that's actually affecting that because, you know, basic things that every writer knew, like character development and motivation and stuff like that, seems to be missing from a lot of stuff nowadays. I don't get it. Maybe it's just a bunch of hacks. I don't know, but it's very rare when you see a really solid movie with proper motivation and proper, you know, build up and seeds planted in the right places. Like, you get the movies that just try to subvert everything. Like, oh, you think this is going to happen because this is what we're building up to? No, it's not. And, you know, if cleverly done and sensical, subversion can be fun. But now I'm like, okay, just tell a story how you think it will go. Like, if you can't subvert right, just go with the obvious choice. Like, it's somebody said it where if a subversion of expectations makes the story less interesting, then you shouldn't do it. Yeah, there's still some good writers. I mean, and you're still like, occasionally you'll trip across like a just brilliant original film. Like I thought, most recently, I loved Upgrade. Have you ever seen that? Had a really quiet release. I don't think it did very well, but that's an amazing movie. But yeah, unfortunately, I think I mentioned this one of my last streams though, where like we're in creative bankruptcy in Hollywood right now. Like really bad, much worse than you could imagine. I never watched it. I just enjoyed watching Red Letter Media's mental breakdowns, slow mental breakdowns over it. Star Trek Discovery. I mean, it looks really nice. It doesn't seem to have the quality of writing and even the tone of a Star Trek show. Yeah, you're right. You don't normally you can't just play Deus Ex for like an hour. Wouldn't do it justice. Besides, the first level of Deus Ex, as much as I love that game, the first level of Deus Ex is not great. Great time for my whatever my nose allergy thing is to kick in, but looks like we made it. Yeah, I mean, I got a rough breakdown of everything that happens in this show. Seems completely antithetical to what Star Trek was supposed to be. I mean, Star Trek has done some really stupid, silly stuff, but they've always bounced back to even the worst Star Trek series. Like, I didn't really like Enterprise that much, personally. I thought Voyager was pretty weak, comparatively. Even the worst Star Trek stuff was at least Star Trek, you know? I'm not even really a Trekkie at all, but I could respect what it was trying to do. I guess it's stealth. I guess stealth is kind of cool, but I kind of like health. Health is nice. I would like to get some more traits. I wonder when I get more traits. Yeah, I mean, Star Trek was basically like, there are some ideas in Star Trek. I think Roddenberry had some weird ideas about storytelling where he didn't want characters to have flaws or like interpersonal conflicts because he thought like the future everybody would get along, which in some ways is brilliant. In other ways, it's like, yeah, you kind of need to have a little bit of conflict, but not Star Trek Discovery conflict where people are like punching each other and stuff like that. Like that's just not what people like. The people they forgot that like the I don't even remember the name of the Federation, I guess. They forgot that's like the military. Like, military staff don't just act like millennials that, you know, I don't know. They're just, the way they handle characters is just silly. Like, if you just disobey a direct order like what they do all the time, it's just, you're not going to get away with that. You'd be in subordination, court-martialed, all that kind of stuff. Oh, big guy. Maybe I'll get some fire here. Okay, he's not that big. Okay, I thought he was a bigger guy. Nice. Farscape, I wanted to like Farscape, but I couldn't get past the costuming. I mean, mad respect to people who can do that, the costumes and the makeup, but it just looks really, really tacky, especially in HD. But maybe it's better within the more recent releases. I don't know. I heard STD was incredibly expensive too. Like hundreds of millions of dollars. Like they're trying to charge Netflix for backing out of it because they kind of made it possible by buying into it early. I think they were going to charge them $200 million for backing out early or something like that, which shows you how damn expensive the show is. He actually dodged my bullet. Ow. Ooh. He's a baddie. Oh, that's the baddie. Uh-oh. Oh, he's scared looking. Uh-oh, this guy is actually really scary looking. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Okay, run. Time for running. Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm out. Oh God, I'm almost out of stamina now. Oh God, son of a bitch. He keeps on trying to grab me. Oh no. Alright, as he comes closer, he always dodges. Oh God. That guy was scary. Yeah, they made him into orcs and did other stuff to him too, which I won't get into. But yeah, really messed up the Klingons. I kind of liked what they did in the J.J. Abrams stuff, kind of the look of that, but in the end, I mean, you should probably try to at least resemble. If you're trying to make a prequel, try to resemble what you're leading up to. You know, it just was too much of a departure. You can all make fun of Worf's makeup, but I mean, at least it was something and something iconic and everything. Yeah, Pizza Picante. I've actually been watching a lot of Midnight Edge's videos about Star Trek and Star Wars. They're very interesting. I like how they approach it from the side of the creator and the industry. If some of that stuff is true, it's really heartbreaking. Like, I recently watched a video where they talked about the guy who pitched, I think, 5 different Star Wars or Star Trek shows, and they ended up going with Star Trek Discovery, but they're now going with essentially one of his other pitches, but he's not being credited or anything because he he was a contractor and he's no longer affiliated with them. But he basically pitched what they're now doing with Picard, which is really sad. He probably could have saved like $300 million and done a lot better if they just did Picard like 4 years ago. But one of those things. I am on kind of a main quest, but the game is fairly open. Like you can do side stuff and grind and whatever. I think these dungeons are at least partially procedurally generated, so this won't be the same every time. So it's got a little bit of the Diablo thing going on, which is kind of nice. Less about the loot, more about crafting, upgrading, and tougher individual enemies. I'm kind of a ranged guy, so I shoot, but you can actually be like a completely melee type guy. So it's an interesting mix of stuff. Where did he go? Oh, he's over here. Oh. I don't know if I should use my fire. It's like shooting a raging bull. Damn. Who's coming at you? I should probably use health here. Yeah, I'm actually really digging this. This is kind of my jam right now. It's like enough of a twist to kind of keep the ARPG formula fresh. Uh-oh. What was that? Yeah, I'm really digging this game. It looks nice. It plays really nice. These guys, they throw projectiles when you're not looking too. Like that. Okay, I'm getting close to the end of the line here. Hopefully there's another... Yeah, I heard that there's like a new riders and stuff on Picard, but I think it's too late to repair the damage that supposedly the person that's most responsible is Alex Kurtzman. I don't know. That's was essentially the head honcho who kind of brought everything to where it is right now, but I mean, it's their vision. They probably thought they were doing the best job he could, but in the end, I mean, you see where it's at, and you know, confidence from fans is at a low point. So I don't know. It's hard to say, but I think Picard was too far along when they kind of supposedly sidelined Alex, that I don't think they could really repair it. But we'll see. I'm sure it could quite possibly be better than Star Trek Discovery, but I think right now they're kind of desperate. Interestingly, Star Trek and Star Wars have been basically going through the same exact thing recently, where they try to basically ditch the past and just use the brand alone with a brand new cast, brand new characters, brand new everything, and people didn't like it. So then now they're like trying to say, hey, remember the past? And like kind of go a 180 and go full nostalgia bait. But I think now it's a little bit too late, because you can't just, you know, it's not likely to work, basically. Kind of like with Star Wars, like one of the lines in Star Wars is literally kill the past. The new Star Wars stuff. And now they're trying to, like, the new Star Wars trailer is 90% the original trilogy and the prequels. So, mixed messaging, guys. They could have done something amazing. I mean, they had the entire original cast, pretty much. They could have done, you know, Han, Luke, Leia, you know, something really interesting with that. But in the end, most of them didn't even meet. So, like, how bad can you do something when you have all these actors and not even get them to meet? Pretty wild. Yeah, I mean, I would be fine with new characters. It's just their characters weren't compelling enough to carry this story. And even the characters that were compelling, they just waste them. Or they don't know what to do with them at any moment. They just change their character every 5 seconds. Ooh, I need to heal. Was that a big guy? Where's the big guy? I don't see him. Oh, there's a big guy. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Oh, it's not good. Not good at all. Oh, God. Oh, I thought I died. Oh, that was close there.
That was rough.
Yeah, I mean, people complain all about the prequels because they were bad, but they didn't complain about not having Luke in them. But yeah, I mean, prequels had a slew of problems, but for the most part, the characters were dumb, but at least they were developed fairly. You know, Anakin was the brooding. We all knew Anakin where he was going, so it kind of made sense, even though he probably wasn't as developed as he needed to be. We at least understood his arc, you know, if you want to call it that. Obi-Wan was pretty good, actually. Everybody else, I think, was fairly forgettable. No trait. A bit of money. Let's see. I'm probably getting close to the end here. Hey, welcome to the stream. If I do a Yui. Yeah, ironically, I mean, it's not a very in-depth test, but ironically, the test that Red Letter Media came up with when they're talking about the old Star Wars and the new Star Wars, at the time it was the prequels, was describe characters without mentioning their appearance. And if you can't do it, your character's not very good. It's not a perfect test, but it's a good rough, rough metric. If you can't describe the characters in any real way or, any meaningful way without describing how they look, it's a sign that your characters aren't very solid. Oh boy. Yeah, and that's the problem. This has happened recently in Game of Thrones where they just don't. There's a way to make the Anakin arc really interesting, and they kind of failed. Ooh, big guy coming. Oh, he coming. Oh, Lord, he coming. This gun is just a rapid fire. Kind of melts these guys. Yeah, no, Hayden Christensen's actually a decent actor. I don't think he's a great actor. At one point, he was actually supposed to play Case for the Neuromancer movie, but that kind of fell through. He's not a terrible actor. He just George Lucas is not a character director, and he was really just completely doing the minimal amount of effort for direction in the prequels. And also, just 90% of that was green screen, so you don't really have much material. Real sets and real characters goes so far. Imagine having to act your way out of a green box, basically. Like, oh my god, what am I seeing? You know? Well, one of the misconceptions about Star Wars is that it was George Lucas's baby all the way through. It wasn't really. Um, he, of course, was the driving force behind it, but the first Star Wars was a wreck, and it was greatly improved by edits supposedly from his wife, who was also his editor. Edits and story changes. The second movie, he was even less involved. People forget that the second movie was directed, I believe, and written by different people. And most people, like die-hard fans, probably think Empire is the best one. That's the most depth, the most variety, I think. I mean, the third one was almost like a backstep, really. Oh, another big guy. Bad guy. Almost got him. Ooh, that was good. Yeah, I mean, the second movie had way more, variety of planets and depth and more gray morality. Dig into the lore and the history and the world a lot more, and just a lot more iconic locations and characters. The third one kind of reverts back to Desert Planet. Literally goes back to Tatooine and Death Star. The third one is actually where George Lucas, I think, started to regress. Probably because he was back in control. Probably. I still think that he actually didn't want to direct the third one either. He tried to get David Lynch, of all people, to direct Return of the Jedi. That would have been really weird. Where is this then? A new location? Oh no. Another boss. I may want to go back to the base here. Yeah, if I remember correctly, at least he didn't script it himself. He definitely didn't direct it. But yeah, Empire was probably the best because he probably had the least creative control over it, to be honest. I'm sure he had some creative control over it, but I mean, and just because less Lucas means good, that's not true, obviously, because you see George Lucas had nothing to do with the new movies and they had a host of problems. But yeah, it's tough because I mean, I could see also just being a creator for decades and decades, you probably get a little bit jaded, probably get a little bit tired. Yeah, George Lucas definitely has an obsession with fixing his old work. I would agree with that statement. It's this way, right? Yeah. He also just has really, really freaking weird ideas. Like if you watch his behind the scenes stuff on Indiana Jones, he just has some like aliens and haunted castles for Indiana Jones, and I'm like, oh no, that's Indiana Jones was. I mean, I guess technically they had supernatural stuff, but they really only got into like biblical stuff, and it was low level enough that you could kind of chalk it up to like something else, I guess, but it didn't get too supernatural. I think when they went aliens was a bad idea, and then ghosts would have been a terrible idea, I think.
Let's see what I've got.
Again, anything can work if done correctly, if done executed well enough. But okay, let's see if they have any more good mods. Waterworld is actually not as bad as people make it out to be.
All right then.
Not crazy about that.
We're done here.
Anything you need? What do you need?
I guess upgraders it is. Oh, out of forged iron. Oh no.
So long.
Battlefield Earth has nothing to do with Scientology. It's just a science fiction book. Written by the guy who created both, but yeah, it's just science fiction. Yeah, I mean, Waterworld was just, I think it was just not an excellent movie. And it was the most expensive movie ever made at the time. A lot of wasteful expense. I mean, a lot of great sets and stuff, but it was an okay movie, but it needed to be an amazing movie. I think that was the big problem with Waterworld, is that it was just too over budget, too big, and not good enough. It wasn't a terrible movie, it just was an okay movie, you know? Honestly, probably top 10, top 20 apocalypse movies, really, when you think about it. It wasn't terrible, it just was not, you know, incredible. Oh, it's not going to end well. Hey, DJ Murder, how's it going, man? Just playing some Remnant from the Ashes. You probably like this game, actually. I think it's out on Xbox.
What is it you seek?
How do I get through the storm around the atoll? How do I get through the storm around the atoll? Probably.
The storm. The shield. The cloak that conceals the inevitable end. Has the hour come? Yes. Clearer it becomes. You seek to end the root, but the path is hidden. This vessel knows the road you seek. Help we must, but not where ears can hear. They will come for
Yeah, if you, it's kind of like if you took, Dark Souls and mixed it with a bit of Diablo and, like, I don't know, Gears of War a little bit. It's kind of roughly what you'd get.
prepare yourself.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to fight some hordes. You and your speedrunnings. Yeah, no, it's a fun game. I'm definitely not a speedrunner, though. I hear them all coming around me, but there we go. Come at me, bro. Oh, managed to break every chair in the room. That's good. Oh, they're trying to attack the root mother. That's not good. Didn't realize that at first. Oh god. Guy was just like wailing on her up there. Didn't see him at first. Uh-oh. There's a lot of guys here. Oh, nice. Oh, that was a bit touch and go there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you watch the whole game before you play it, you probably won't really enjoy the whole game as much, at least. I watch live streams occasionally just to kind of get a feel for the game, but yeah, I would probably not really want to play this if I watched the whole thing already.
Thank you, child.
All right, man. See you later.
This ain't good.
Oh, I'm bleeding. Crap.
First, look there.
Uh,
I know.
I gotta heal myself up or else I'm gonna die, I think. Sorry, I skipped some story there. I just want to die while I'm in dialogue. Okay, pick up the loots. See Deja Murder. Take care, man. Okay, let's see. Some good lore and writing in this game. I just don't really want to read it on stream and slow down the gameplay by reading it. Sometimes these books are kind of long. But I recommend reading them if you're into it. Yeah. It's very rare when I, like, in my mind, just kind of yell WTF, you know, in a movie. Usually I can kind of roll with things.
This ain't good.
Uh-oh. I'm really hurt, aren't I? But there were not one but two WTF moments that I was, like, beside myself in that movie. I'm sure you probably know what they are. But yeah, in a serious movie, you should be, like, surprised, you know, impressed, or mystified sometimes, but never, like, what the hell is going on, you know? That's not the right reaction. I don't even actually remember what I got. I already forgot what I got. Oh, sniper rifle +2. Oh. I may have to try that out. Hey, yeah, I mean, it should still be Wednesday. I was just not really feeling up to it yesterday. So it should stay Wednesday. I mean, I still have it in my art in the top of my channel and everything. So I don't think I'm changing my schedule. It just, this Wednesday didn't really work out for me. So I try to make it every Wednesday, but just sometimes life gets in the way, you know? too sleepy, too tired to run. Well, I got through 2 bosses. That's not too bad for a stream. We'll see what else there is right after this. Frenzy dust. Huh. I've not been using the consumables. I'm assuming, do I have to talk to people? I'll go back to Ward 13 to see if I can talk to people. I'm debating whether Ward 13 was a Fallout reference. It doesn't have to be. 13 is a pretty common number, but the original title for Fallout was Vault 13, so I'm kind of curious if they had a little bit of inspiration there. Vault 13 was the vault you were in the first game too, so what was that? What was the objective? To meet her back at Ward 13. That's a good question. Where is she? Oh boy, yeah, I'm around Tampa area. I really hope that the hurricanes don't come to my area. You'd think it's like, oh yeah, if hurricanes come, I'd be off work, time off, awesome. Hurricanes suck. They're not fun time off. Like, being snowed in or whatever is fun time off. But being in hurricane weather sucks because your house could fall apart. You could be out of power for a week. What happened a couple years ago.
We've made the route
And your air conditioning's off. And
closer to the route than anyone.
Florida is always really hot. Almost like 10 months out of the year. So
She moves through the ward like she's been here before. I'll be
so yeah, there's nothing good about the hurricane actually hitting.
no
So
idea what to expect.
aside from actual like potential loss of life and stuff, and there always is, like even a mild hurricane, always trailers and stuff always get hit pretty hard. So yeah, not looking forward to it. So hopefully it passes by us. Yeah, if it's coming in the East Coast, it shouldn't hit the West Coast too hard, but you never know. Feel for them over there, but I mean, they are on the ocean, so it kind of comes with the territory. I don't wish anything on anybody, so hopefully everybody's okay.
Our new lady friend isn't too chatty, but I think she'll settle in just fine. Folks are keeping a distance.
Sneaks in the shot.
She's got a
Spotted.
word deep about her. I reckon she's wiser than all of us put together.
Yeah, it's interesting. I didn't realize that the Florida's the hurricane just kind of always hit Florida and went up to the coast, up to Louisiana, Texas. Kind of interesting.
Let's see what
Oh, this guy sells consumables. Okay, I should probably get some more bandages then. Those would be pretty useful.
take care, friend.
Yeah, hurricane season's not fun. I don't think it'll be as bad as Irma. We had Irma a couple of years ago, and I was out of power for almost a week. I was out of stable internet for almost 2 weeks. The transformers melted my internet cable, and yeah, no power for almost a week is enough to drive you just to death. It's just awful, especially during the summer. We're out of power for a few weeks during the winter, and it's cold, but there's ways to warm up, but there's no natural way to get colder. You can't put on like cold clothes. It's unfortunate, but yeah, hot is hot. You can't really get any colder. Yeah, I'm working on a really big video. That's why I haven't seen much on YouTube. I was trying to get it done this weekend, but between just the sheer length of the video and The hurricane, it may not work out.
That, root mother? She's all bit rambling on about... Well, anyway.
Oh, trade. What's she got? Oh, just basic items. Interesting.
Take care then.
Where's the root mother? I don't see her. Yeah, it's the first episode of, I was going to do one Cyberpunk video, but then I realized shortly that's going to be like a 4-parter. So it's the first part of a 4-parter. One for each decade. First one's going to be pretty big, probably the biggest. It goes from, essentially, it talks about the history of cyberpunk ranging from the 1940s to the 1980s. Primarily the 1980s. Where's the root mother? I don't see her. Where are you hiding, root mother? Next episode would be the 90s. Next episode would be 2000s, then 2010s. I'm anticipating the 1990s to probably be the second most, if not the longest one. But I'm covering like as just about everything, like as much cyberpunk media as I can. Movies, TV shows, books, everything. So yeah, so it's a mini-series. Yeah, I haven't really done one of these for a while. I think the last time I did a mini-series was probably Troika. I consider that more like a trilogy. Where's the root mother? I don't see her at all. I'm asking you, but I know you guys don't know either. Where should be?
I'm not in the mood for chat.
Got any new items?
We have a new well, she hasn't said much. Hopefully.
No, same stuff.
Take care, my friend.
Yeah, it's
I'm not in the mood for chat.
obviously the video explains it really well. But the 40s was more of an inspiration period rather than an actual cyberpunk period. Like there wasn't really cyberpunk as a genre back in the 40s. But there are some things that happened in the 40s that inspired what cyberpunk is today. So it makes sense that when you watch it in sequence. I start off with like an intro, then I go start at the 40s, then rapidly get up to the 60s, 70s, 80s, and then probably about 2/3 of the episode is in the 80s. Alright, I'm actually lost now. Where's the root mother? This game doesn't have quest markers, which I kind of appreciate, but you do get lost sometimes. I think I've checked about every room now. Is she back here? Yeah, she is. Okay.
You have arrived at last. I feel much more myself. And less. No longer root. No longer human. It is age you seek. A road you pursue. You must find the one they call Founder. He alone knows the path you seek. But to find him, you must first open. It is a crossroad of many places.
Yeah, I understand about the frequency of videos thing. I'd like to make videos like bi-weekly or monthly again.
As I guide you,
Just circumstances have been really crazy, and my recent videos have just become very long and very time consuming.
to its source is protected by a monstrous root creature. Slay the beast, seek the light beyond, and the keeper of the labyrinth will make himself known to you. Wait, one more boon I can offer to fight back against that which you carry a piece of the dragon.
Oh, nice.
The root itself, great forces are wielded. I can offer you
Okay, so she upgrades my dragon shard. That is actually really handy. Oh, I need some simulacrums though.
to fare at all is well, child.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like spoil my whole video, but yeah, there's definite inspirations. Like I think proper cyberpunk is basically started to kind of come together in the late 60s. The 70s we saw some stuff that kind of led to it, but it was still kind of like what we in the script kind of wrote as proto cyberpunk. Do Ender's Dream of Electric Sheep, but Philip K. Dick stuff. A lot of that became cyberpunk material, but in the 80s it kind of actually kind of came together. I think it was just the it was just the right time because the world just kind of became more cyberpunk. Computers and
Thanks a lot.
technology and everything just kind of came together and kind of made it happen. But a lot of the seeds were back in the 40s, 50s, and
Good.
mainly the 60s.
Now go.
Yeah, I mean, my content has evolved a lot. I used to make videos like 8 minutes long or 10 minutes long. Now I make videos that are 40 minutes long, 70 minutes long, 105 minutes long. So, and I put a lot more work into them. So even if I were to do 10-minute videos again, I'd be actually probably putting more work into them than I used to. I'm faster now, but it does take a lot of time. So I would like to find a happy medium between the two. Maybe I can alternate between reviews and stuff, but I know it's a long wait, but I really appreciate that you guys still wait and hang around for it. Yeah, Ridley Scott had some disagreements with Do Ender's Dream. Interestingly enough, he was kind of sold on it rather than him jumping on it. He was actually supposed to do Dune back in the day. He fell off of it because Dune actually went through a lot of development hell. But when he dropped off of Dune for various reasons, including death in the family, he was sold on the idea of adapting it, but he didn't like some things about it. And it's actually a common thing with him. He actually famously, much later, famously got on a project that had a script that big studios were fighting over desperately and bought for like $2 million for Robin Hood. And when he came on, he changed everything about it because he didn't like the script. So he definitely is an opinionated guy. Sometimes it makes things work really well. Sometimes he doesn't. So the biggest difference that I would estimate between the book and the movie is the book was a lot more religious, a lot more philosophical religious than the movie was. Yeah, it does get pretty pretty overwhelming sometimes with a channel, day job, and the in development game. So I'm not like working on the game daily, but I'm definitely setting aside time and yeah, it's a lot. It is definitely a lot. So I appreciate it. Also trying to live life a little bit in between all that stuff too. So definitely have my day full. The movie is amazing. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it differs from the ooh. Oh, hot damn. Oh, I have a new trait. Oh, heck yeah. This. I love the sniper rifle. The sniper rifle is great. I can't get into too much details right now because the details are changing and but I would say it's going to be an RPG. So oh, missed him. Come back here. Come on. Peek your little head over. Oh, and I have a scope. Ooh. Oh, this is too easy then. I want to be a sniping whore then. These guys remind me of the droids in Phantom Menace. Don't they? Don't their heads remind you of that? Yeah, it's tough. indie development is tough, especially if you're trying to be really ambitious. It's been challenging, but we're trying to make it work. Hopefully it does. Yeah, Roger, exactly. Yeah, Roger. I can't do the voice very well. I really like that effect. I don't know what I think it might be. Not flanging. It's some sort of effect they do with the voices, but it sounds really. I don't know. It sounds really fun. They're the most useless droids in the world. They're so useless. Map. Helps to have a map. Good evening, my lord. For those that get that reference. Just realized I've had a tab open this whole time. Make my streaming computer run a little bit better if I had to close that. Checkpoint. Okay, so now I'm getting in the groove. I see that almost every entrance is roughly the same, but the dungeons themselves are different.
That smell.
Oh, a salesperson. Here we go.
I don't know nothing. Where'd you come from? What do you want? No. Yep. Right as acid rain, yeah? Yes. Okay.
He's a crazy person.
No. I got nothing. Can't trade nothing. Voices. It's the voices. I can't. What mask? I don't know. Forget. The oak's watching, huh? It's always watching. 1,000 eyes, mouths whispering, waiting. No, found nothing. Don't wanna. Don't you make me. No.
I didn't know it was gonna be a combat, but I guess I should expect that. Ooh. Ow. Long range be a short range guy. Twisted mask. I don't know if I want to wear that mask though. That seems bad. Definitely want to get weak spot damage. Yeah, I've heard the theories about the prequels. I don't think they're true, most of them, because I think they're putting way too much credit on how well the prequels were written, which I don't find that to be so, but it is interesting, some of the ideas that people are putting across. You could argue that the Jedi are actually evil, but none of the movies really explore that as well as they could. I know some of the shows and stuff do, but yeah, one of those things. Yeah, what's really weird is that now that they're going to be doing a Old Republic movie, like, is the EU back now? I mean, they said the extended universe was gone and dead now, but like, Old Republic was extended universe, so I don't know. Nobody has a plan. This is very obvious that nobody has a plan. Yeah, there are a lot of Star Wars games. Some of them are literally just, you know, reskins of other games, but some of them are actually quite good. Oh, I hear somebody in here. The big guy. Alright, got him. I didn't see him there. I wonder how different this would be if I, yeah, I don't have much faith in anything Disney is doing with Star Wars at this point. I wonder how different this experience would be if I played a melee guy. Probably quite a bit. Where are these guys? There's somebody over there. Did I walk right past them? Yeah, Jedi Knight games are kind of unsung heroes. Had some really weird ideas, but really good ones. And pop goes the weasel. Oh, big guy. Slow reloading, but ooh. Exactly. That sniper rifle reminds me a lot of Division, actually. Who's shooting at me? This guy. The guys who dodge bullets are the ones that really trip me up. I actually did a live stream and got some people together to play Battlefront 2 a year or two ago. That was kind of fun. And custom map with AI. Ooh, this guy looks nasty. Oh boy. Come back here. Alright, need to get my flask here. Oh boy. Getting shot from all over the place now. saw him through the bushes. Where was he? Come on. Oh, another big guy. Ooh, this isn't good. The damage drop off is intense. Okay. Ow. I don't know if I can snipe this guy, really. Nah, he dodges stuff. Oh, well, he didn't dodge that. That works, I guess.
It's over.
I feel like you could practically reskin For Honor and make a good Star Wars game. Or Mordhau. You could take Mordhau and do something kind of fun with that. Oh, there's a friend. Guess I could probably use my sword more often. I get so used to using guns everywhere. Where is everybody? Alright. Where are you going at, sir? Oh! Ow! I didn't realize I was surrounded. I get the slightest comparison to Space Marine a little bit, actually. Occasionally with this game. Just a little bit. Okay, where are you guys? Space Marine. Warhammer? Space Marine? It's the Warhammer action third-person... I would say third-person cover shooter, but it actually doesn't do cover. It's like if you took out the cover from Gears of War and added more melee, that's basically what Space Marine is. It was fun. Streamed it last year, I think. I don't have my sight up, so I can't tell where anyone else is. Oh, that's right. It's pronounced Spice Marine. Spice Marines! Yeah, that was a meme. We had a good fun with that one. Because all the orcs were like Cockney or whatever that is, or Northern English. And so they always called it Spice Marines. So, of course, we had to refer to them as Spice Marines. bad we've not really gotten a really excellent Warhammer RPG yet. Seems kind of a shame, really. Got some good action RPGs, some good strategy games, but no real proper RPGs that I know of. Alright, which is this one? Is this one I've already been to? It is. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not like as polished as something like Gears of War, but it's pretty good for what it is. I actually got up to a point where the whole story flips on its head and actually gets a lot more interesting. But then I had to end the stream, so maybe sometime we'll revisit the Spice Marines. That could be kind of fun. So all these buildings, I have no idea. I guess that way, probably. It's getting close to midnight, so I should probably end off fairly soon. Don't want to keep everybody up. Yeah, seems like, oh my god, there have been so many bad Warhammer games and so many like half-ass Warhammer games. There's a really bad Warhammer Plants vs Zombies clone. I'm not even exaggerating. Yeah, they give out their license a lot. There's been some great games. I liked Chaos Gate. I liked what was it? Black. What was that one game? Omen? Something Omen. Dark Omen. I liked obviously Vermintide 2. I never got the Total War Warhammer games, but I heard those are good. There's been some like action RPG ones. There was like a detective one, but I heard that wasn't the best. It's a very complicated IP, so I could see why not everybody gets it. Oh, no. Oh, well. Guess that wasn't a waste. Too much of a waste. There are some places back here. Connecting rooms, and I've already been there. I don't think they connect. They look like they connect, but I don't think they actually do. So I have to go around, I guess. So forward then right. Yeah, LucasArts used to make a lot of games too. It's just so weird now that they're all owned by Disney. Disney's very tight. They like to control everything. I remember right as when Disney bought Marvel, all of the games basically expired and were taken off of Steam and things like that. Eventually, some of them came back, but it was very weird. Not a good first impression. Oh, checkpoint. Got some old music. Oh yeah. Oh. Didn't actually mean to teleport back, but guess I did. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's one game I forgot about the kind of Left 4 Dead kind of game. I really wanted to get into it. I had a hard time getting into it. It was Space Hulk. I love the idea of it because you really get the idea you're a big clunking tank, like a walking tank, but never got into it as much as I wanted to. All right. Looks like there's some survivors out here. Some sort of wasteland settlement. I don't see the guy who's talking to me. Is he up here? Probably up here? Yeah, up here.
Oh, that's got a kick to it. Ah. Some savory stew right there.
It's an interesting hideout.
Down the valley, late at night. Lost my wife, and that ain't
Oh, it's those guys who did I? Yeah, that makes sense why it's so odd. It's good from what I saw, but yeah, it was very different quality about it. I like some of the ideas, like you could look through cameras and stuff, hacking, things like that. Come on, peek around the corner. Feels good to be a sniper. Yeah, I could give it a shot another time. I wonder if that'd be an interesting thing to stream. I know they re-released it with some upgrades and stuff like that. It's definitely a game that's kind of meant to be played with multiplayer, though, so it would feel a little bit lonely playing a single player. I know you have AI teammates, but one of those things. That take a little bit more of a beating that way. I like how the AI kind of surrounds me a couple times. I've had that a couple times in this game where AI will actually go around the other way and catch up to me. It's a minor thing, but it's always impressive when the AI surprises you. Not particularly revolutionary, but solid, I suppose. Ooh. Those guys look nasty. Ooh. I'm out of there. Fire bullets! Sniper pistol combo seems to be working out really well for me. Yeah, the director's cut, or whatever it was called, definitely seemed to be... It wasn't noticeably different when I played it, but hopefully it fixed some of the bugs and stuff. I heard the bugs were pretty aggravating. Kind of meant to be sort of a Left 4 Dead type game, though, so it would be kind of a shame to play it solo, but... Left 4 Dead was still okay solo, I guess. Where are you at? Oh, come on. That's what I said. That's funny. Guess I picked the perfect voice for myself because my character's saying what I'm saying. I hear a big beast somewhere. Or it's just that guy. Hard to tell sometimes. Ooh. No root rod for me, thank you. Oh, I thought I got him. Ow. Ow. The damage that these guys do is quite substantial. I think it's easy until you get hit, then you're like, oh, I'm down to half. Hoping there's a checkpoint up here. One can hope. Oh. He moved right at the last second. Yeah, one thing I kind of wish is I got more interesting loot. The scrap is kind of thematic, but not really exciting to me. Oh, new area. That's exciting. What about this area? It's back to the other zone. Okay. Well, I think this is probably a good place to end if there's another save point at the end of here. Killed 2 bosses. Did some dungeons. Got killed several times. Not knowing what I'm doing. You know. All in a day's work. But overall, I'm really digging the style. I mean, some people might be turned off by the environments. I like the kind of unpredictability of proc gen, but some people might be kind of turned off by that. The environments do kind of seem a bit samey, but each new, like, biome, quote unquote, kind of has its own unique stuff, so I like that. Anyway, this was Remnant from the Ashes. I think on Steam for 40, if I remember right. Not bad. And it is, I believe it's 100% fully playable with co-op, if I remember right. It isn't like you zone in for a boss like in Dark Souls. Like, you can play the whole thing with co-op. I would assume if you actually had a pretty good, group that has this teamwork and everything like that, that could actually be quite a lot of fun, because you could probably have a long-range sniper, like a middle-range healer support type, and then like a close-range tank kind of guy. I think that'd be a nice dynamic that I'm not really getting right now because I'm just playing solo. But yeah, if you thought it was interesting, yeah, check it out. I think I have a link in my description. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll probably be going back to Wednesday next week. I was not feeling the greatest yesterday, but I think Wednesday will probably be my standard day. So otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Take care, guys.